show you how great I am.
I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
And I'm better now. I'm experienced now, professional. I've done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom. Hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
I am the greatest.
G5Jefftv, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Golden Boy's young gunner, young prospect, Ryan Garcia, won a majority decision over Carlos Morales, and the fight was streamed on Facebook. Golden Boy has a deal with Facebook to put some fights on the social media platform. Me personally, I think that's a great thing, because when we look at fighters, we look at their records, and a lot of times we go to BoxRec and look at their records, but we don't actually see the fights, in the beginning of their careers. So Ryan Garcia eked out a majority decision. Did he look his sharpest? No. Was he in a tough fight? Yes. Did he look a little winded? Like got fatigued? Yes. I think it was kind of a test of his professionalism, because I think his birthday was like 3 days prior to the fight. So who knows what he was doing prior to the fight on his birthday. He probably was turning up or whatever, but I think he just turned 20. I think he just turned 20 years old, and he's either 16 or 17-0 now. And Ryan Garcia has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of just boxing craft and just growing mentally, emotionally, and more importantly, physically, in the fight game. Now, Ryan Garcia has made a name for himself primarily by calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, a lot of people look at situations like that where a guy is calling another guy out and they are taking them in a literal sense. See, I think a little bit different. Now, in order to market yourself, you link yourself to somebody that's already established. Gervonta Davis is already established. This is common in boxing. This is common in boxing. I mean, Devin Haney has done it with a lot of different guys. He mentioned Robert Easter. He mentioned Gervonta Davis. He's mentioned a lot of different guys. So he has done the same thing. Even Earl Spence coming up through the ranks, he mentioned Keith Thurman's name all the time. So he has done it. So Ryan Garcia mentioning Gervonta Tank Davis is no different than any other fighter trying to promote themselves. There's no realistic chance that Ryan Garcia is going to be put in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. See, that's why I don't take any of Ryan Garcia's comments literally. That's just him being a competitor. But it's not up to him whether he gets into the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. It's up to Oscar De La Hoya whether he gets in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. And Oscar De La Hoya is not letting that happen. He's too young. He's too young. Now, should he stop saying Gervonta Tank Davis' name? No. No, I don't think so. If you know you're not going to be able to get in the ring with him and you're just using his name for promotional purposes, and Gervonta Davis is going to oblige and say stuff back, then it's marketing. It's just typical shit talking. It's nothing wrong with it at the end of the day. But Gervonta Davis is in a better position than Ryan Garcia. I think we all know that. I just think people are losing the fact that people use different marketing tools to build their name, to build their brand. This is all that's going on right now, because just like Ryan Garcia is actually building his name. Gervonta Davis is getting more eyeballs on him because of this situation as well. So it's just good to hear the talking at the end of the day. But Ryan Garcia as a fighter, like you're seeing people dropping videos saying Ryan Garcia is a fraud, he's a hype job, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, how can you be a hype job at the age of 20? Explain that shit to me. How can you be a hype job at the age of 20? Like, you were just legally able to drink 2 years ago. So how are you a hype job at the age of 20? I I don't get some of these people that make videos. I don't get it. But you can't, it's impossible for you to be a hype job at the age of 20. Like, who's hyping them up? Like, that's my question. Who's hyping up Ryan Garcia? He's only ranked in one sanctioning body and it's like 15th. Like, he's not even ranked anywhere. Like, that's like saying Devin Haney's a hype job. Like, he just got ranked. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't understand these people. But anyway, Ryan Garcia, you look at him as a fighter, you can tell why Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy is excited about this kid. Me personally, do I think he's going to be the goods in another 2 years, 3 years? Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to be the goods in about 2 years, 2-3 years. But he needs to develop. And see, I think Oscar De La Hoya knows that with young fighters, you have to put them in the perfect situation. You got to put them in a perfect scenario when you're trying to get them a belt. And I've mentioned this in other videos. And Oscar has personal experience with this. Like, he sat and he watched Fernando Vargas get thrown to the wolves to fight Tito Trinidad. Me personally, I thought that was the worst mistake they could have ever made in his career. It's not the fact that Vargas wasn't ready. It's just the fact that Tito Trinidad was the wrong matchup. See, that's how you know when your management team cares about you or they care about the dollar. Like, Fernando Vargas was like 22, 23 years old, and that was like a cash-out fight. That was like a cash-out fight when they put him up against Tito Trinidad. I was like, that's the wrong matchup. It's the wrong matchup. So Oscar De La Hoya was in the boxing game when that happened, so he already knows that he has to take his time with Ryan Garcia. He has to slowly build him up. And all of these people on YouTube talking about Ryan Garcia is a hype job because he had a tough fight. Like, are you serious? Like, y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all can't have it both ways. You can't have a young fighter that's blowing through the competition, blowing through absolutely everybody, and then you be like, oh, well, they haven't fought nobody. They haven't had no competition yet. They haven't had any tough moments. And then you turn around and that same person has a tough fight, and then you like, oh, he's a bum. He's a hype job. You can't have it both ways. Playing both sides of the street is going to get you ran over. You understand what I'm saying? Playing both sides of the street is going to get you ran over. Pick one lane and stay in it. Stay in it. You can't sit up here and criticize a young fighter for being in a competitive fight. It is the fight game. What are we talking about here? It's the fight game. Every great fighter has had a tough night, an off night at the office. Every fighter has had a fight where they wasn't 100% physically. It's not whether you have a tough fight. It's whether you can come out with a victory when you're not 100%. Because you're not going to be 100% in every single fight. So the fact that he just turned 20, went 10 rounds with a guy that's fully capable, that's credit to him. So now he knows what it feels like to go 10 rounds. Now he knows what it feels like to be in somewhat of a dogfight. Y'all the same people talking about Ryan Garcia's a bum or he's overrated because he had a tough fight. But then y'all the same ones that are talking about Gary Russell Jr. and be like, oh, he ain't never fought nobody. Pick a lane and stay in it, please. It's not illegal for a guy to have a good fight. A good, tough, hard-nosed fight. And that's exactly what he had. You can tell he was off his game. but he was off his game and he won. Now, did I agree with any of the scorecards? No. I didn't think it was a draw, 95-95. And I don't think it was 98-92. It was somewhere in the middle for Garcia. But it was a good, tough fight, and it's going to make him a better fighter. Now he's going to be able to look at the tape, and he's going to be like, okay, well, I can't do this during camp. I can't do that can't do this, can't do that during camp. You know, I know when the going get tough, I know I can survive. I know I can manage. I know I can conserve energy here. I know I got to do this. I got to do that. This is a teaching tool for a 20-year-old kid, and he still won. He still won. So for all the people that's like, oh, Ryan Garcia is a bum. Ryan Garcia is overrated. He's not overrated. He's not a hype job. You can't be 20 and be a hype job. You're too young to be considered a hype job. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's absolutely crazy. But this is going to make him better. Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy needs to be careful in terms of who they put him in the ring with. Continue to let him talk his trash. Let him talk his shit. As long as the opponents are good matchups for this kid so he can grow every single time that he gets in the ring, Ryan Garcia ain't no different of a prospect than a Gervonta Tank Davis or a Shakur Stevenson or Richardson Hitchens or any of these guys. They're all in the same boat. Let me take Gervonta Davis out because he's a champion. Let me take him out. But Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, Richardson Hitchens, guys like that, all of these guys need to be brought along carefully in favorable matchups until they are actually ready to take on the contenders and the champions. His growth is going to be no different than any other boxing prospect in history. They're just looking for the right time and the right matchup. They put their guy into a title situation. And if that's a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, then so be it. But it just annoys me when people see a fighter in a dogfight, they automatically call him a bum or call him a hype job. That shit is annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely annoying. But I'm just going to leave it there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jefftv. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.